What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thompson Twins. And we're going back to the 1987 album Close to the Bone. And I do have this framed better now that it is a duo at this point. Joe has left, and ultimately that Tom and Alannah are dealing with the depression or the feelings associated with the loss of their child. So yeah, definitely a reminder that, you know, behind these albums, behind these journeys that I'm going through are real people who have real life issues and real life tragedies that happen. So that was an impactful thing when I learned that that had happened, and, you know, during this album they were dealing with that. So yeah, a notable piece of insight there. Shout out to Philip and Mark and anyone who's commented on the Thompson Twins reactions up to this point. Nevertheless, the next tune on Close to the Bone is Get That Love, which, you know, it's a prescriptive statement. It's a direction. It is a command, a request, an entreaty perhaps. But either way, it's an encouragement to get that love. Now, love can be more conceptual and a fuller, like, longer term concept. It can be a shorter term, like, shorthand for, you know, physical connection, intimacy in that regard. I do wonder, you know, if there'll be multiple meanings of love at play, or whether you know, the get that directive is in a very specific narrative, and it's not so much about general advice as it relates to love, but to maybe one particular story in that regard. Either way, let's find out. This is Thompson Twins, Get That Love, from the 1986 album Close to the Bone. Well, it would be, but hold on one second. Okay. Very intense opening. Cowbell.
I gave up on love a long, long time ago. Be on my own. Oh, if
I understand that.
choosing or let it cool, well, you wind up losing. I'm no fool. I won't give up on love. No, I won't give up on love. Get that love, won't let that love escape me once again. I wanna get that love. Never meant that much to me. No, telling lies, lies, lies to myself never set me free.
That's a real thing.
If you're picking and choosing, yeah, playing it cool, well, you wind up losing. I'm no fool. I won't give up on love. Discover the prisoner. Prisoner is you.
Oh. That was cool.
Yeah, very cool. Well, you wind up losing. I'm no fool. Get that love, yeah. I'm gonna get that love. Get that love. I won't give up. You gotta get that love. I'm gonna get
It's cool. It feels like it feels specifically targeted toward oneself. But yeah, the idea of in fact, you know, over the course of many people's lives, certainly my own, I've probably had like all those thoughts. That one, like, man, it's painful to be involved in love, and you know, maybe it's just better off if I'm by myself. It just feels like it's simpler, and it's, you know, I'm less likely to get severely hurt. And then there's other moments where it's like, but you know, like I can't rule it out. You know, someone could come into my life and it could be this great, amazing thing, and I could just, you know, want to have that connection with them. I can't rule out that happening, so. You know, I'm not going to give up on the idea of, you know, just completely forever considering it impossible. So, yeah, I do like the attitudinal resolve of the song. The idea that, you know, even if it feels like at times it would just be easier to walk away from this and just kind of be on my own. You know, I can't like give up on the sweetest of human experiences when it comes to emotions and those you can have with other people. So yeah, I like the sentiment of the song. I like the again, there's some percussive moments, maybe not as like notably and persistently in some of their other tunes, but again, we had like cowbell bits and, you know, rolling hi-hats and parts that really did stand out. So still, you know, a staple of their songs, at least as my ears hear them. And yeah, a tune that feels more like radio, like, you know, this could be a hit on the radio. It feels kind of like that it has that catchy quality to it, and I think it's the kind of sentiment that, again, would hit among a lot of people. So I wouldn't be surprised to know if this was a single from the album, but yeah, you know, again, maybe not exactly the sound that we heard on previous albums, but not like terribly different, not something where I, you know, consider it unrecognizable relative to earlier TT. So yeah, enjoying this album, and you know, just getting a sense for not only their evolution, but of course as I go through these different albums and different groups, covering different years and decades, and it's, you know, 87 isn't the same as 81, and you know, 83 and 88, and like you could, you know, sort of begin to get fuller understandings of what was happening in a given year during these decades, which have music that is sometimes referred to en masse. You know, you just get a sense for the difference between a track from 83 and 87, whether you're talking one group or two different groups. So yeah, I think about all these things as I go through this. I obviously try to keep in mind things that people say. My memory is not always the greatest, but you know, oftentimes when people start talking about particular topics again, you know, the rekindling of something, like, oh wait, someone mentioned this, like, who was it? So that will likely continue to happen, but I do appreciate the support and assistance and insight in that regard. Do let me know what you think of this tune. I will see you next time. Peace.